Alrighty, hello every folks, and good evening. This one's a bit unannounced, slash, it was kind of announced yesterday, and then I just sort of fell asleep instead. So, today we're doing some Eiyuden Chronicle here. Now, this is a game that I did a sort of preview, first impressions kind of thing for a few months back, and honestly meant to go back to, and then just chaos kept happening. I'm sure, like many folks, the last few months have been absolute and utter insanity, and for that matter, the DLC came out for this one. I should have read the instructions. Basically, they said where to find the DLC. I have no idea where to find the DLC, but my hope is that we'll just sort of run into it. So yeah, now, for those folks that have not played this before, basically the general idea is that this was from what I understand, the guy that was originally behind the original Suikoden games, who unfortunately has passed away at this point. Yeah, they kind of just wanted to go make their own, and so they did, and it's pretty darn solid. So there's that. Now, so at this point, the save file is still just kind of like doing kind of beginner story stuff at the very start here. General idea at this point, apparently we're going on some kind of spy mission or something. Apparently we're going to go do that. Now, I with this game, it is one of those things that I generally would have gotten to a lot more of it sooner, but it definitely does take a bit of a minute to get stuff done. So like the bandit thing that they just mentioned here, like that particular thing, I expected it to be the typical sort of RPG, you go in, you clear out the bandits kind of thing. It took like 3 sit-down sessions to get through that cave. It can take a little bit of a hot second sometimes. Now, if anyone happens to be here as of yet, if anyone could let me know how the audio is doing, that would be fantastic. Anyway.
I think he's the one most familiar with the roads.
Alright. So, let's just kind of see what we're doing here.
I would imagine you'd leap at this chance.
Let's see. Our friends how we're doing. Audio's great. Alright, glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. That's a first. Something didn't go catastrophically wrong right from the get-go. Go figure, there might be hope for this channel after all. But yeah, so, alright.
Don't confuse this for a furlough. We've received all sorts of worrying reports, and I need you on your toes.
What, we're ballerinas? I guess she's kind of a ballerina.
About the Imperial envoy. Now, decide who will be accompanying you.
Alright, now, are we actually doing that or not? So yeah, there's a lot of things that I have not really, kind of explored as of yet, so it's kind of fair warning, there's probably going to be some stuff that I don't know. Alright, well, first of all, that lady's hilarious, so she's coming along. Doggo for sure. Oh wait, he's already on the team. Alright, whatever. You go back there then. Let's put it back there. Crossbow guy sounds good. Captain Trenchcoat, why not? Unless I can't select him for some reason. And apparently can we put somebody as an attendant? Alright, apparently not. Alright, sounds good, I guess.
Great, let's get going. Once Noah tells us where to go.
Kyshiri is northwest of here, on the far side of the mountains. There's a pass west of Alfredin.
Hi there, Arthur. How's it going?
A landslide was blocking the road recently, but it should be clear by now.
Exactly. By RPG logic, rocks disappear when the next blood event happens.
Yeah, it's go time.
Guy's way too excited to walk past rocks. Anyway, though, so yeah, as far as the... Also, lady says she's not good at fighting. She was doing perfectly fine beating stuff to death with a stick not that long ago, but, alright. Let's go ahead and hop to it then. Now, I don't know how long this one's going to be. We're going to just set it on the metric of 1 coffee cup. As soon as it takes to get through this coffee, then it'll probably be time to go and pass out. So, that's what we're operating on today. And that's going to be about that. Now, I don't think there were any upgrades needed. They seemed to be doing well enough last time. And aside from that, I guess we're just looking for new party members. How big is the coffee cup? Basically like a practical business thermos. We had a few of these laying around.
Let's go embarrass Noah. destination is northwest of here, through the mountains, west of Alfredin.
I will forget those instructions immediately.
We'll be there in no time. Oh man, I'm good.
You know what? Honestly, like, I appreciate the terrible puns.
On your feet, everyone. For a
It's
little
like, she gets to stick around just for making terrible puns. If there's more characters that make terrible puns, I think we can make this the most, the most hard to listen to party ever. And I like that. Alright. Make it a party of all awkward moms and dads. See, practical business thermos or like a Bucky's gas station big gulp. No, we're talking about like literally standard office-sized thermos that fits in your car cup holder there. Ah, good stuff. Good stuff.
Frankly, Countess Groom, it is the opinion of the Goldean Empire that these disturbances near our border are of your manufacture.
You want to pin that on me? This is clearly Duke's Aldrich talking. I learned about the bandits at the same time you did.
The Dukes is deeply concerned by these attacks.
He is
and
Dux.
will tolerate
He's
no
secretly a
threat
far-fetched.
to the Imperial people.
Spare me. What is he really after? The Rune Barrows? Or another foothold like Norsfaria to aid his invasion of the League?
Now, I don't know what the story was with the voice acting behind this one, but pretty solid,
We have
I gotta say.
witnesses who have seen members of the Eltisweiss watch inside our borders, and if you refuse to extradite them,
You'll bring troops onto our lands? You are the one inventing a pretext for invasion, no matter how you try to pretty it up.
Man, anyone else having a weird time lately as far as, like, anytime you touch an RPG, like, why does this feel weirdly
less.
like I've heard it on the news lately?
Once they are found, we will
Anyway.
Do I now? How delightful.
Alright.
Even the most artless swindler would spin a more convincing lie.
Alright. So, west of some such tree, right? So, presumably just this way. 'Cause I think this is where the rocks were before, so that'll do just fine. And I guess we'll find out how...
I am gonna walk all over you.
Alright, sea eggs. Well, you know what? Eggs are expensive, gotta have some breakfast. Alright. I do love that the mountains just suddenly go 3D in this particular section. I mean, for that matter, I always appreciate that they've got like a little bit of a scenery rock in every one of these maps, that there's just always like somebody sitting on a rock. Looks good. See, because what you think is the real world is us dreaming Titus style from too many RPGs. God, I hope so. That'd be great, actually. Yeah, when does the waking up part happen? Alright. Well, it said it was west of here, and the camera keeps moving around, so I don't know exactly where that would be. So here's that village. They said west of here, but like this cave-in kind of thing was west of here, so... I mean, or not cave-in, but a man in mine. We just went here.
This shouldn't be hard.
Alright. Well, we'll figure out what the hell direction we're supposed to go in a bit of a moment. It's gonna leave everything on auto. It feels like, at least so far, the pace has mostly just been you kind of mash auto for everything, then you have everybody chow down on a bunch of healing items, and then bosses happen and those go on for a while. And that's fine. I mean, basically like kind of old-timey Suiko there. Alright, because yeah, it said west of this thing. Which, again, kind of implies going through this, I guess.
I don't got time for losers.
Oh well. Double check the map in a bit of a moment, but it's fun to watch the camera swivel around and the grass go crazy. I don't know, it's weirdly satisfying. I don't know what it is that they do specifically, like if it's just the cinematics of it all or what, but like, there's just something very satisfying to this format. It's like, what commands are you doing? I am pressing the kill everything button and just watching cool things happen. So you never played Suikoden? Is this really that similar? Would you recommend Suikoden? I mean, okay, bear in mind, my experience with the series was mostly, like, I found 2 on sale one day and really liked it, and this feels very similar to it. So yeah, like, the basic general idea is just, like, most of the random fights are pretty easy, and then you got bosses that are a bit more on the difficult side, and it's really just kind of, like, cool scenarios and moves and combos and stuff happening. This one just seems to have more options, most of which I'm not entirely clear on, but hey, whatever. Also, I don't know why I keep going back in here. I mean to look for a world map, and... is there a world map? I don't know. I genuinely don't know half the mechanics in this game. Okay, so let's see. World map is not there, not here. Well, that certainly isn't it. Can I zoom out? I can zoom in real good. Is there a journal setting or something? I mean, there's a walk function, so that's cool. We can walk. But maybe we just follow the gigantic, obvious blue arrow because I'm just being dumb. Like I said, like, I love the general cut of the jib as far as this game is concerned. Like, the kind of character archetypes and stuff are fun. The setting's interesting. And clearly somebody put a lot of work into it. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So kind of expect that to be a thing going forward as far as the stream goes here. They had sent me a code for the DLCs. So, like, even though a bunch of crazy life stuff happened, I would describe this as going, like, northwest, not necessarily west. They might have said that, and maybe I just wasn't paying attention. Anyway.
Yeah. And since the soldiers are gone, that must mean they cleared the landslide.
This mountain trail appears quite perilous. Be careful, everyone.
I was kind of expecting a follow-up to that one. Usually most of our lines are like, oh, everyone be careful, or this, stick gets shoved up your bum or something. But, that lady's got some kind of weird nice to angry ratio that's kind of hilarious. But the music's really cozy, too. But, like, okay, so as far as frame of reference goes, like, as far as Suiko 2 is concerned, like, again, frame of reference and all that, I don't even remember getting a game over on that one outside of one particular boss fight with really good boss music. So the general kind of format of these games is like there's some kind of war. Generally speaking, the powers that be get thunderdunked by whatever other thing is invading them. And in the meantime, you are doing doing the whole rebellion thing as you do. But it's all based off of a Chinese legend or something from a while ago, in which apparently like 108 people got together and did the whole rebelling thing. Now, the idea is that you're going around collecting all these characters, and really just catching these characters is finding all the requirements to get all of your different party members is the thing, is the thing they're kind of doing most of the time. More so than having a particularly, difficult random encounter or something. Most of the time you're just putting together sort of the team that you want, so to speak. Was it different in some of the games? I have no idea. But that seemed to be the general idea of that one anyway. And I don't know. I don't know if that helps at all. But, yeah, let's see, 180 stars or something it was called. Yeah, Bandits of... I think it was originally called Bandits of the Swamp or something. Because I guess they all came from a swamp or whatever. But yeah, most of the time you're just doing cool recruitment stuff. Just one long recruitment drive, you get all of your characters, you pick your favorites to be your main team, and the rest of them kind of join your army. And then you occasionally have larger scale battles in which everybody does the army thing, and they get a bunch of rando grunts and stuff that follow them as basic foot soldiers, and it's supposed to be a whole big you're building your resistance thing. So yeah, so you catching characters in a Pokeball. Do I have to weaken them first? I mean, it depends. Some of them you had to, if we're comparing with Suiko in that case, some of them you had to duel to the death. And I do mean they straight up kill you if you didn't win the duel, and then you win the duel and they're like, oh, okay, fine, I guess I'll just join you then. alternate universe stab through the frickin' neck. Um, but um, but yeah, no. Some of them had to be like captured during wars and stuff. Some of them had to be found in very specific locations. Like I remember there being this one rifleman in Suikoden 2 that my friend was telling me about, but I have no idea where the hell you're supposed to get them. Apparently you had to like speedrun the start of the game in order to just have a chance encounter with them at a random bar or something. And otherwise they're just completely unobtainable or something along those lines. My other friend was going on and on about how at some point I need to go back and circle back to that game and do an all squirrel run because there's just like Power Ranger squirrels. So yeah. In this particular case, what we've got is we've got the main three from the start. So we've got Noah, he's like the team captain guy. The general idea being that they're like kind of overly competent for their role, more or less like everyman sort. I've got Gar, he's his superior here, sergeant so to speak. Lian's his basically his sidekick that insists that she's his boss kind of situation. So all of their combo attacks are just like her yelling orders at him while he gladly obeys kind of thing. We've got Francesca over there, who's basically a bipolar cleric. Crudo's a guy with crossbow. That's really kind of about it. He kind of sounds like Ned Stark. And then Yusuke is like the Japanese stereotype. Let's see, did you duel Francesca to the death, or was she in her nice personality? That does feel like something that would have happened in that first encounter, to be fair. More or less her deal was just like she's seemingly being robbed by a bunch of people and then just like threatens them all until they leave. It's pretty funny and stuff. But yeah, that's more or less what you're here for. You're here for the funny character personalities, and then you just make a team out of them. Like, more Pokemon than Tactics Ogre, you know?
Excuse me.
Alright, which one's better, this or Suikoden 2? Honestly, I have no idea still. Like, this is one that I really loved the overall kind of like vibes of. I love the quality of. Clearly it's the same people that made it, at least to some degree, and I mean, obviously that's confirmed too. But it's one that I just genuinely did not have time to fully explore as much as I wanted to. It's both this and Octopath 2 that I constantly have on my please go back and do something more with this list. But every time I sit down and go and get into them, it's like, oh, who's ready for a several hundred-hour time investment? And it's what's funny is that it's not like it's that insanely intense compared with what happens with all the rest of this with the stuff on the channel. It's just like it's one of those ones you got to sit down and be in the mood for, at least in my opinion. So I don't know. Like it's not often that I'm in the mood for like a walking and exploring RPG, I guess. So I don't know. I genuinely don't know, but either way, it's fun stuff. They had 2 DLCs come out recently that explore some of the characters there, and yeah, we'll see what happens there. They did send me instructions on how to access it, but yeah, I don't remember where that email is right now. So hopefully we will just sort of find the DLC. I don't know where it is. There just is a DLC somewhere, and a very long game aside from that. So there's that, and I did promise to cover it, so here we are. Let's see, maybe if you stopped fostering kittens and that want to sneaky murder chickens, you have more time for Octopath 2. Man, I'm busy. Like, that's the funny, awkward part. Like, constantly got stuff going on, and most of the stuff that I cover on the channel is specifically stuff that I have time for because I can somehow fit it in my pocket and can somehow get to it between other things, right? So, like, occasionally there have been exceptions. Like, there was quite a while that I was able to carry the Steam Deck around because that worked with the whole life situation at that time. And, like, lately, it's like a case where I'm always either driving the kids somewhere or, going from one event to another event to another event. It's like, go to something with the foster animals, go to something with the kids, go to, go to find some, go to bring them to one of their houses or something, go to, Girl Scouts thing with my daughter, go to coach my kid's soccer game, go do third shift. It's like, can I do it on break? Well, I can't exactly fit the Steam Deck in my pocket, so if I could, I would. And I have tried Steam Link, and no, it didn't help. Oh, bandits and stuff.
My. I wasn't sure who we were tailing, but now I'm glad we did.
Okay, it's apparently what looks like if Final Fantasy Tactics had Ezio in it. Let's see, does he mean west or northwest? That boy don't know direction. Dude, I don't know. I tried to follow the directions. I have genuinely no idea. Also, they did just give directions, didn't they? We were here earlier in the game, though. So, I mean, there's that, I guess. But now this place is apparently getting robbed. And the kind of last story event of this thing was a several hours long cave that took multiple days back to back of what was there for play sessions to get through. Otherwise, again, I would have covered more of this. It's just this style of RPG. You gotta, like, sit there and throw your whole day at it.
Yep. Lean is gonna be so surprised.
You keep talking about this lean person. Is she your sweetie? Mm.
Well then. Gotta go with what you like to know. That does feel like the sort of thing I'd say.
Ooh, spicy. So it's some sordid relationship that you don't want your boss.
Fine, boss. She's my little sister.
Obviously not. Well, or maybe I'll just elbow in and tell her I'm your girl.
I mean, they do have combos.
Don't you dare.
Oh, look at your face.
Say what you will about, like, the sort of, like, cheery archetype. I will say, at least, you can definitely tell that the voice actors had a ton of fun with this. Like, they were into it.
Anyway, it really has been too long. I hope everyone's doing all right. The day I left for the watch, the village threw a big feast to wish me luck.
Left to go join the Night's Watch.
Sounds like a nice community.
It is. Now let's head in so I can introduce you to Lean.
Turns out, they weren't that lean at all. They were rather chunky. Alright. What do we actually do here? Alright, just talk to people, talk to people. What do you do? What do I actually need? I don't know, but this thing's expensive, and RPG rules dictate we buy the expensive thing. Cut-proof vest? From this shady neck of the woods? I wouldn't trust that. Chainmail, though. That is a very extraordinarily minor improvement for most of the people here. Okay, we'll at least pop that sucker on you. Alright, full plate. Actually, wait. You know what? Might as well. Alright, pop that on you. Feels like getting full plate should be a little bit more than that minor of an improvement, but I mean, if you say so. You know, anyone else ever wonder, like, why it is that when it comes to equipping systems, why it is that it seems like it was sort of perfected in, like, Final Fantasy Tactics or Golden Sun or whatever else? It's just like, it's been copied ever since. Anyway. Alright, that feels like we weren't necessarily getting that much from it, but okay. So what is this about? Some sort of steely bandit problem kind of deal?
Is that you, Noah?
Oh no, he showed up in his giant boat.
Everybody, Noah's back.
And he brought 2 of every kind of giraffe. They're gonna need more than that.
It's so good to see you.
How's the watch? You must be the rising star. A real fighter, just like your pa.
Not quite. I'm still finding my wings.
Says the guy who's basically just been their ace for most of the start of the game so far.
Aw, well, come much they love you.
Oh, wait. Oops. Alright. See what's up in here. Keep going from cutscene to cutscene. When do we get to the important cutscene?
This is your house? So this is the house where Noah used to reside, huh?
Noah!
Apparently it's not the right house.
You're back! How are you? I've been worried sick.
Hi, Aunt Martha. I'm good. But don't get too excited. I'm just here on assignment.
Well, I'll take what I can get. Oh, I'm just tickled to see you. You look wonderful.
Thanks, Auntie.
Hi there, Mr. Proko. How's it going?
It's so nice to meet you, ma'am. You might say I'm Noah's, what's the word? Well,
His
let's just
combo
say
partner.
I a special place in his life. You can call me Leon.
If there's some way to set up an awkward thing between them two forever, 100% on board, because that's hilarious.
I mean, of course. These things happen when a young man leaves the nest and so forth. Why didn't you tell me sooner, Noah?
No, it's not like that. Leon's just being weird.
Exactly. Feed it. Feed the weird.
Then why are you ready to be? Oh, I can't wait to tell the whole village about my Noah, the lady killer.
Wow. Thanks. I'm gonna be untangling that mess for years.
Again, I love the voice acting in this thing. Honestly, like, it's fine as a movie. It's just fun. Because, yeah, a lot of the... That's always kind of been the funny thing here. It's like, when it comes to a lot of the kinds of archetypes that you see and stuff like this, a lot of that stuff just kind of on its face tended to always kind of bug me. But I don't know. Everything about the way that this one handles things is just like... I don't know. Sounds right. Don't know why, can't say why, but it's charming.
Is she not here?
I mean, it's not like her to sit around at home, but... Uh-oh.
Well, there is an empty space on the shelf, so I'm assuming that gets stolen?
Ooh, is this your room?
Everyone's just like checking out all this stuff everywhere.
I must say, your room is rather clean and tidy.
Oh, I was gonna say, we better be able to still keep looking. Love the sort of angry smiley face on the punching bag. That's hilarious. You know what? Okay, I wasn't sure about that whole depth of field thing earlier, but kind of see what they're doing with that. Again, that part's growing on me for sure.
I guess
Dude.
Leon's not home after all.
That swordfish is freaking sick, though. I want a Christmas light swordfish in the living room.
The luckiest girl alive again.
Who are you? What do you want?
What's going on?
Stuff, probably. We should probably just go equip that swordfish. Please tell me that that's the ultimate weapon. They got one of them little cats, too. And I will choose to believe that that's Colonel Cactus over there. It's a Red Riding Hood script. Okay. They're starting a movie, apparently. Dude, this is... Seriously, this bedroom kind of kicks ass. Anyway, moving on. Let's see, this game is frustrating to play, some people say. Are they overreacting and simply exaggerating? It's... Okay, I will say this much. It tends to drag out in some parts, but it's for a good cause, I guess you could say.
What was all that?
So here's the thing. Extremely charming. It definitely takes the time to simmer. It, like, considering that it doesn't, it already knows it's not exactly going for the sort of mass market there, it definitely takes the time to, like, simmer and work on the relationships between people, which in this format works because the whole premise of the game is like you have 100 friggin' characters and you want to flesh them out. So you want to give them time to talk. But yeah. As far as stuff taking a bit of a minute, sometimes the zones also take a bit of a second to simmer. So like from what I've seen, and again, please bear in mind, I have not like gone ridiculously in depth in this one yet. I'm still fairly new to it yet because like again, it takes a bit of a second to get through a lot of stuff in this one, and oftentimes that doesn't really jive with my schedule, but like it definitely, like, for example, the mine right before this, like I was mentioning earlier, took like 3 sit-down sessions to get through, and that's an early game boss.
What can I say? You've read me like a book.
Dude's name is Hertzwine. What did the wine ever do to you? Oh no, if only we outnumber them 2-1 and could do something about this. Damn it, RPG arrows! You did it again! Instantly setting a town on fire. That's totally how that worked. Why do people say it's frustrating? Honestly, it's probably just people being impatient. They say that about everything. There is no game that ever comes out at this point without people just bitching about something. It's all the time. Personally, I would put it into it takes the time to simmer, but I wouldn't put it down as frustrating. Okay, let's see. Do I want to go for one of those? No. You just go ahead and defend then. I'll have you go ahead and do a little bit of healing action here because unfortunately I forgot to actually do that before coming here, so that's my bad. You set up your dodge, you set up a shield, you... Yeah, definitely should have healed everybody before coming here. See? Alright. You go after that one, and you charge up. There's some fast flame? Yeah, I know, right? Dang RPG fire spread like crazy. It takes time to simmer as the place is on fire. It's called joke material. Well, thank you. So people are exaggerating about the dungeon layouts and encounter rates. I personally don't find the encounter rates that bad, especially considering most of the fights are just like you hit auto and the fight ends. So that part's probably exaggerated. The dungeons are expansive for sure. Like they seem to be pretty wide, but again, I wouldn't say it's necessarily like... I wouldn't say it's anything too nuts. Like, is it worthwhile? Yeah, absolutely. It's great. Like, it depends on how much patience you have for it, you know? Do we do moderate heal for all? Yeah, probably. Because there's a bunch of people that are damaged at the moment. And again, same old thing as before. Alright, you continue going after Knife Guy. And you need to take more time to... Actually, wait, what? Does he have to... Alright, we'll just let him charge. There we go, because now they're going to switch positions. As far as the mechanics go, there does seem to be a good bit of play as far as the actual RPG side of things. Most of the random battles don't really, like, they're kind of throwaways. As far as the boss fights, though, they tend to be a lot more involved. So, like, the most recent one was, like, you had a group fight plus like, a team that synergized pretty darn well. Like, one person handling the healing, one person generally keeping your team suppressed, another guy that was operating a crane in the background, and you have, like, this little argument between the two teams over where the crane goes, but it only acts a turn later, so there's a chance to interrupt it. Like, again, there's stuff happening. So, as far as it taking the time to simmer, it does stuff with that time to simmer, if that makes sense. Alright. You get that guy. Let's see, do you still have your shield? No, so you re-shield. You go ahead and revive her. You then go ahead and annihilate this guy.
Take this. There we go. Let's get that. What the heck, man?
Alright. So that's 2 of them down. Yeah, this feels like... Seems a little bit easier than I would have expected.
They're tough.
No, they're not, actually. Compared with the last ones, they're complete pushovers.
We got more company.
Fall back, Noah.
And let them raise my village? No! Besides,
Lead.
I know how you feel, but we can't help her if we're dead.
She's gonna turn out to be the one that ordered it, isn't she?
Have you blocked the way out of the village?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Forgive me, Master Erskine, but is this truly the best village to target? If they come looking for the truth,
Why do they all sound like our crossbow guy?
All we need is for rumor to spread of an attack near the border. By the time they're through bickering over what happened where, the deed will be done.
yes?
If a village must burn, where better than a place that fraternizes with tailed half-breeds?
So, in case you didn't know they were the bad guy. But yeah,
why would someone do this?
I don't know.
definitely feels like we could have won that, but alright.
We don't run right now. We're all gonna be worms food.
I'm sorry, Dad. I'm sorry, Lean. Please be okay.
These assholes burned the cool swordfish. Completely unforgivable. The rest of the village, sure. But, is there a way to go back and save that swordfish? Raise them with half-breeds, it's an RPG. Yep, exactly, exactly. Alright, apparently you can go back and fight groups of them, so that's interesting. I wonder what we can do with that. You go do one of those, you do one of them Healy kind of things. What's your MP situation? If she gets her turn off first, then we should be good. This guy's going to continue charging. I needed to put him in the front. Probably put Gar in the back. That's what I was doing last time, and it worked pretty darn well. Yeah, these guys are pretty much complete pushovers.
You can count on me.
Do we just leave it on auto then? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we'll just let the let the rest handle itself. So I like the I like the way that the combat flows in this one. It feels kind of like like the way they got all the points spaced out, the way that units kind of bounce off each other. It feels like when Triangle Strategy was at its best, pacing wise, but like basically not trying to be sort of like an FFT situation in that case. I mean, we'll never get through. Dude, let me get that swordfish. I am going to get the cool swordfish.
Are these guys?
People who are burning our swordfish. Get swordfish! Fine. But thou must and shit. I love that walking animation. Seriously, like, it feels like this could just be just handled all day. Why are we running? These dudes seem like chumps. Like, it seems like they're trying to set up a, again, kind of thing like a Suigo 2 did with Luca there, but like in that case the guy was an absolute just gigabeast that nobody could possibly touch. In this case it's like dude's got a hood and is a Nazi, so like what's that's not threatening, that is a target. What are we doing? Anyway.
I am grateful for any opportunity to grow.
Okie dokie. So...
Not so confident now, are you?
yeah, Luca. Yeah, dude, that guy was... See, like, as far as bad guys goes, I'm curious to see what the main big bad of this one looks like, because that was that one's kind of hard to beat. Like, for those that never played Suiko 2, one of the big takeaways from that one is, like, the first half of the game feels utterly hopeless. Like, to the point that every time you even try, you get smushed, and it's not like the dude has any superpowers or anything. Like, you just straight up get annihilated by some guy that's just powered by insanity. Even when you fight him, the guy's got, like, 2 moves, and it always feels like they're gonna pull something out. It's like, no, he's just like, he's got, like, fireball and swing sword, and they've got nothing but utter insanity, and that is just their whole thing. But again, it just works. Like, it's the most effective use case of just... They're just a dude, but powered by insanity I've ever seen. Like, genuinely one of my favorite bad guys in anything. Because they're not even trying to be more complex. The guy's just genuinely insane. Like, just cruelty for cruelty's sake. But yeah, the thing is, like, nobody can really do anything about it. Alright. And hell, even when you do finally get him, it just doesn't feel like it's actually the end, you know? They're not, though. We're literally just hitting the auto button and the fight's end. What are you talking about? Like, go back. Kill them all. I don't... What are we doing here? Is the shop buyable, or... No, they're just free experience, dude. What are we worried about? Well, let him escape. I want to go back and do the boss fight. Just hitting the auto button. Come on now. Oh yeah, and I forgot they do that too. Which again, original Suiko did that too, but it's just cool to see the little interactions between people. Apparently based off of relationships people have, like they'll go and step in and help each other to different degrees and whatnot. But again, all of it's for the sake of personalization, all of it's for the sake of just setting up the vibes between the cast, more so than trying to be like this ultra min-maxy thing, which is again what I loved about Suiko 2 to begin with. Sue, and again, presumably 1 as well, because they're always kind of paired together. It just wasn't on sale for $5 on a PSP one day, so I never really got a chance to try that one out. Almost got a chance to try it out recently, but either way. Can we just go back and fight them anyway? They're free experience. But there's free infinite experience, my dude. Why? Alright. Anyway, can we just throw these on someone, or do we have to go back to a shop? I think we do have to go back to a shop. I have no idea how any of these systems work, but it's okay. You seem like you should be able to wear a ring that I... There we go. That works. I got nothing for you. Nothing for you. Okie dokie.
Almost clear the village. Do you think everyone got out?
No.
I don't know, but we've got to move.
Dude, it's a JRPG. It's the parents never make it. What the hell are you talking about?
If I were you.
Who's there?
I think... Is that one of the dudes that got a
The
DLC?
village entrance is a trap. Come through the forest.
No, it's white-haired dude that got a DLC.
Imperial colors.
Who I am and why I'm here can wait. Now, follow me.
He's here to be extremely British. That's okay.
I don't know if we can trust him, but we better decide real fast.
Trusting somebody with a British accent, that's never gone badly before.
Aren't you eager to see that old chatterbox, Martha?
Oh no. They're gonna piss off Superman.
Let's go.
I remember nothing else about that movie but that one scene. The parents never make it. Like, what? It's true though. They never do.
Thank goodness you're safe.
Seriously though, like, Lane's gonna end up being their leader or something, isn't she?
Is everyone all
And
right?
Batman. Exactly.
And where's Lean? If she's not here, I'm going back to...
Easy, Noah.
Lean is going to be just fine.
See, now why'd you have to say that? We could have gone back and won the easily winnable boss fight. What the hell are you talking about?
Then why haven't I seen her?
I will say I genuinely don't understand that pacing, though, because the previous boss fight right before this took over an hour and was genuinely pretty darn difficult, and now they're running, like, they treat it like nothing, and then this one is like, again, genuinely just push the auto win button and everyone's running away. Like,
She left the
what's
village
going on
a
there?
week ago. And in fine spirits, I might add.
In fine spirits, oh shoot, she was drunk.
Said something about a grand adventure with her new best friend from the forest.
And she's kidnapped by fairies. Wonderful.
Of course, I tried to stop her, but you know how that girl is.
No, we don't, because she... Where is she?
A grand adventure? Are you joking?
Yeah, I mean, they're going on a vacation for under $1,000. I mean, that's kind of a steal,
At
honestly.
least she's safe.
And so are we, thanks to that gentleman and the young man with flaxen hair.
I mean, I know the village is lonely, man, but calm down.
You may call me Valentine, and while I appreciate the praise, all we did was respond to the situation as it unfolded.
This dude looks like that one dude from... I think it was like... Was it from that Alchemist show that Rakes had as his profile picture for the longest time?
But here comes the lieutenant now.
I did a quick sweep of the area. No one followed us.
That's the guy that got the DLC.
Is that you?
Are you a DLC?
This can't... Noah!
Yes, actually, but alright.
What are you doing out here?
Hold on.
Just being
You know,
British.
Lieutenant.
They're all just being super British right now.
So that was your home? Ah. But it is a terrible thing.
Yeah, totally not suspicious how the entire place went up in flames in seconds, but yeah.
And you're saying you got sent to investigate the bandits, just like us.
Correct.
With Countess
See, did you
Bloom's
play the
permission,
Eiyuden prequel game before they made this one, the side-scrolling action one? No. I meant to, and then forgot, and then this one came out, and then... It's like, every time there's anything whatsoever to do with this game, like, I always end up looking at it, and then something chaotic happens. Like, literally, when I got the preview code for this one, it was a case that it was like between jobs at the time. Stuff ended up getting super chaotic. We ended up having a bunch of foster animals come in. Like, then finally all that settled down. I end up getting another new job. A bunch of new responsibilities come in. They send me an email like, hey, guess what? It's time for DLC. I'm like, that sounds fun. And then sure enough, everything just picks up even more after that. So I'm like, you know what? We'll at least stream it. We'll get to it when I'll get to it. And then that was 3 weeks ago. So,
They'll doubtless
anyway,
have withdrawn already.
um,
Besides, none of this adds up.
What do you mean?
The rumors circulating around the Empire say the raiders are targeting Imperial villages.
oh no, nobody ever has an issue with an empire.
Maybe they're attacking the League and Empire both. I mean, they don't seem too bright.
No. Because if you believe the rumors, the raiders are the Eltisweiss Watch.
Well, it happens like that sometimes. Yep. Every time.
Ridiculous! How dare you!
Hey, easy, I'm just passing the rumor along, not confirming it. But I know deception when I smell it. Clearly something strange is afoot.
And why are you dragging us into it, huh, buddy?
Why do you keep insisting this is my fault?
Because that is her job.
Well, we'd better return to Eltisweiss and fill the brass in.
We'll report back as well. There are many dots that yet need connecting.
You be careful out there, Noah. Stay healthy. Oh, and always boil your water before you drink it.
Fair enough, but this was like back in the everyone's just drinking because it's an easy way to do that days.
Always do, Auntie. You'll keep an eye out for Lean?
You just leave your sister to me. Next time she's home, I'll grab some rope and hog-tie her so tight she'll never get away.
Don't they need a home first?
In the meantime, we've got some rebuilding to do.
Exactly, like catching another, sick-ass swordfish.
It's unlikely the raiders will return, but all the same, I advise you to wait before going back to the village.
Which is still currently on fire, but we're ignoring that.
Noah's father would never forgive us if we abandoned our home.
Yep, you at least collect it for charcoal. Start a barbecue. Maybe that's how you fundraise it back to existence.
Safe travel, Sane. Oh, and you too, I guess.
We'll call him Lord
Safe
British.
travels to you, my lady.
All right. It was good to see you again, Sane.
Noah.
What?
Now, I've never seen the rest of the series for, like, Suikoden past 1 and 2. Does it remain a consistent thing that whatever your protagonist is happens to have a bunch of weapons that seem like it would be utterly impossible for them to carry them around? It just sort of seems to always be the case. So you start with a swordfish, build your home around it. Exactly. That's the way it should be done. Also, the Full Metal Alchemist character you were comparing Valentine to might have been Roy Mustang. I mean, that sounds like a pretty sick name.
Meanwhile, I'll just keep meddling like I promised. For what it's worth, I don't think that will put us at odds. So long, Sane. Hope you have some good stories ready for the next time we meet.
Again, I appreciate all the dialogue. Like, they're doing a good job with the dialogue. I don't,
So that's
it works.
Noah, eh? Glad to finally meet the lad. Considering how much you talk about him, something tells me he's just the kind of friend you need.
Dog, you're gonna go on a play date.
Let's just hope this premonition scratching at the back of our brains doesn't come to pass.
Yep, just a whoopsie casually burning an entire town down. Accidents happen, I suppose. Just leave the stove on and accidentally just incinerate the zip code.
Let's try to make good time.
Although, hold on. Gotta go back there real quick, because... Can we go back? I gotta know. Because, I noticed something that was also kind of criticizing Chronicle for. Well, first of all, camera swiveled around, but one sec. Yeah, that just burned down, and Overworld says no. See, what system or console is this on? This is currently on Steam Deck. Damn, they rebuilt fast. Alright, well, it looks like this was the one. I mean, hell, they even repainted that poster already. It's been like an hour. The burned down town forgot to burn down. Anyway. Spoiler, the swordfish lives on. Oh, well, now you tell me. And their crops are still growing. Are we sure that they're not just a frickin' illusionist that just attacked this place? Because I think we got bamboozled. The place didn't get burned at all. This is exactly fine. I don't mean to be mean to it. That's kind of hilarious. Also, can we pet the cat? Yes. Acceptable. Hit extra, 3 points on the score right there. Always got to be able to pet a cat. Always got to be able to pet a dog. It's just the right way to handle it. Anyway. Let's see. And in Noah's battle with the evil general from the Empire, Swordfish intercepts an otherwise fatal blow, and Noah uses the Swordfish corpse to pierce the general. Exactly as it should be. See, the music change, or was it always this low key? It was always this low key here. So you've been playing a wee bit of the FF14. Nifty. How's that going? You liking it? But, yeah, that's a weird-ass whoopsie, I gotta say, as far as, the town just burned down. Don't look at it, though. I'm surprised you can go back. What do you mean it's hopeless? Your burned down town just got rebuilt in about 5 seconds, and you're gonna say the chickens are hopeless? Man, we gotta talk about perception here real quick. But yeah, no, this is one of those cases where the AI generally does everything so well that you kind of can genuinely just, seemingly press the auto button for everything. But again, this is just super early at this point. I don't know how long this thing goes on. Supposedly it's quite a decent length, so there's that. Oh, I thought the town music theme changed after Burn Down No, it seemed like it was the same. Hell, I didn't even... it seemed like the day got slightly darker, like maybe there's a bit more shadow on it, but literally the buildings were exactly the same even on the inside. They still had the same old hammock and swordfish and everything. Quadruped chickens? Exactly. I'll just call them griffitrices or something. Where's Vale? We need an expert on chickens and birds and griffins and cockatrices and things.
You can count on me.
What's funny is for the last two kind of story mission things, I've completely forgotten to upgrade everybody outside of a couple pieces of armor. See, I hate to be that guy, but could you move Yusuke so he can fight instead of just preparing to make a massive dump for 20 battles? I should. I keep forgetting. I had this exact same problem before, too. But yeah, no, let's swap these two out, because I know for a fact that he's able to attack from the back. He's got the reach. Ah, I gotta love it. Yeah, no, that's a weird limitation. Like, that's the thing. So Yusuke's whole like shtick is just like he charges up a whole bunch and then just beats the living bejesus out of something, which is pretty useful because you can basically just have him sitting there charging up, and let's say in that last case in the back row, he can be the item support, and every time that he's not item supporting, he can sit there charging up, and then if your frontline squishy DPS kind of character goes down, then he suddenly gets thrown to the front, and then he just, like, you know, does one big attack and then goes back to being the item guy. That's more or less why I kept putting him back there. It's a stupid role to try and fill, but, hey, you know what? I like to do stupid roles if you haven't caught on to that on this channel yet. Yeah, actually, hell, recently I've been going through Armored Core Master of Arena, because my kids got really interested after I was doing that review for them the other day. So they were trying to understand how it all worked. Like, I just want to be absolutely clear that I have built this robot wrong on purpose because I find it funny. And so, like, I had have like a quadruped that's flying around, trying to use the like the back-mounted cluster bombs that are basically like a 2-foot away shotgun. That thing's awful. Anyway.
Yes, there's been a summons. All members of the Watch have been recalled to Eltisweiss.
Conveniently, we were going there anyway. They didn't have to send the edgy samurai. Tater tots, exactly.
Official confirmation that bad things are happening.
Come on.
Plot stuff is happening. We'll just ignore the burned down town that didn't burn down. Seriously, why can't we go back there?
This man in the hood sounds exactly like a rogue I crossed paths with.
Well, how do you know he was a rogue? Did you check his stat sheet?
I don't know. Though I thought it strange he attacked so brazenly.
Did he disappear once you decided to go reborn?
Mark me. He's in Duke's Aldrich's service. Not that he'd give up a shred of evidence if we caught him.
So he's some kind of professional agitator? Makes sense. He sure knew all about the Watch.
And how to set a town on fire as an illusion.
He's creating a pretext for invasion.
Must be Russian.
Huh? What? Who's invading? The Empire. They claim members of the Watch are violating their board. That's not true. They attacked us. The truth often means painfully little, especially in times of war.
That's depressingly true.
They really do that?
Yes.
I have sent Janequist to Eucharist to request reinforcements, but they may not reach us in time.
Your ladyship, we just received word that Vern Village has been occupied.
Sounds like a plot event.
There we are. I see the Dukes is the grabby type when he covets a prize. But he has everything I loathe in a man.
Them two are gonna get married, aren't they?
Our defenses are being put in place exactly as you directed.
Whether we resolve this by words or swords, we must first ascertain our opponent's mettle. Dispatch a reconnaissance team to Vern.
Very well.
Send me. I want to see this for myself.
This is a mission of vital import. What say you, Lady Periel?
I mean, we did just leave an easily winnable boss fight, to be fair. Seems like this whole thing was very avoidable.
I'll allow it. After what transpired in his village, he deserves the chance.
I would actually completely disagree on that, but okay.
As you wish. The task is yours, O fantastic and worthy captain. Go to Vern Village and report back once you've determined the size of the occupying forces.
He just sees an anthill and runs away.
Count me in too. You're not the only one with a bone to pick.
Okie dokie. Seems like we're just gonna armor everywhere except for what needs armoring. That's certainly a way to do it. Not sure how pragmatic that is. Alright.
Now then, choose your team.
Yeah, I'll just stick with these dudes. Unless I can shove this lady as a support or something. Party is missing required members. Fine. I don't want to bring her along. Fine, I guess we'll replace you. We'll swap him out at the next opportunity.
See if I care.
Alright. Is he getting some hostile vibes from the Samir guy?
Now, let's go
Right?
already.
Noah, this is a recon mission. Don't get any ideas.
Wouldn't dream of it.
It is funny, though, how they're, like, yelling at him, and most of the kind of flying off the handle is his boss, but...
Half a year, at best?
Yes, but he'll go far.
I agree.
I mean, they'll go far, but that's kind of assuming this place still exists. Seems like they should be very notably worried about that.
For Vern Village as soon as everyone is ready.
Where is it again? West? Northwest? I mean, I was totally listening, but,
Hey, fair, but also the camera moves around so much, and also apparently we're operating off of close enough directions half the time, so...
Follow the river west, then cross the bridge and bear north.
Not great, we gotta worry about North Bears. Alright. So, where is the thingy that does the ruin thingies? Everybody's gotta shove some symbols into their faces. Alright, that's the identification thingy. Wait, hold on, hold on. There's a doggo to pet. Good. Good, good, good. I think it was here somewhere. So yeah, you gotta, like, all of your equipable runes and such, you gotta shove them in at the right place, but I don't know where the right place is at the moment. That looks like the right place. I think. This looks all magical and shit. You change runes. You don't seem to be doing much, so let's see. I have nothing to equip. I don't remember how any of this works. So you blindness resistance by 30%. Cool. Okay, so instead get magic, that makes a lot more sense, or increases strength, increase magic, increase defense. I mean, he's usually just sitting there shooting stuff, so that'll do right there. Okay, apparently that one's just sort of locked in, this one isn't. And okay, I don't know what the rest of this does, or how this works. That... sure. What about this? Can I put anything in this one? Yes, defense, health. Health seems to be his main problem, so we'll shove that on there. Good to know. Let's see. Hey, I know this is sudden and rude, but I finally got A1 on Armored Core, legit for the second time in my life. All thanks to the machine gunners. Was so wrong about them. They melted A3. Very understandable. Yeah, them things are pretty good. For that matter, that friggin' stun handgun is also pretty good. Like the one that looks like a Mossberg, but it's actually a handgun. Like it's the one that my kiddo's been liking, kind of getting into all that stuff recently. But yeah, no, it's been great to see them become relevant again. It's like after so long of like, what the hell's an Armored Core? Now all of a sudden it's just like, here you go. Here's multiple, like 4 games within a couple of years, technically. Now if they can just bring back the PS2 ones, that'd be great. Although, like, I kept messaging over in the Discord of the people that ported it, and there's no solid answer as far as whether that whole trophy support patch will also include the ability to transfer data between the games. I mean, I'm perfectly okay without it, but it's been really kind of a bummer to see people basically doing the usual, like, oh no, you can't buy it, modern remake, whatever, over something like Human Plus. And it's like, yeah, it's neat, but I don't know, it's perfectly fine without it. But then again, also, this is like coming from somebody that never uses the feature, so I'm not sure how big the market is for like people that thought a certain feature was cursed and refused to touch it. Alright. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting to buy healing items, so we might need those. We should probably go back to the store and do that, actually. Also, it's weirdly funny to me that the guy that's constantly shooting that little tiny dinky crossbow is the one that's also flexing at the end of fights. It's like, yeah, I managed to pull this 30-pound crossbow, man. Check me out. Alright. Need to sell things. Like, sell that thing. Sell that thing. Sell one of these, I guess. Can't use those, but I don't know how many of those we really realistically need. A regular egg, and it's only 25 gold here. I mean, clearly this thing should have gone up to 800 by now. Probably buy a couple of the regular medicine ones. We'll just say 11. It's like, generally speaking, my personal experience as far as the economy of this one is just like, you fill the inventory with healing herbs, you burn through all of them trying to get where you're trying to go, and then that clears up the inventory space that was being taken up by all the healing herbs in the first place. So I guess it kind of operates on RuneScape logic in that particular way. Actually, wait a minute. Upgrades. Right, let's go do those. Probably should have grabbed those before going. Not that we're really lagging behind to any degree, but what can you do? Do you want it upgraded? Sure. We got a thingy. It got upgraded. So you can't do anything with that there. Try another smithy. Okie dokie. And I'm gonna get rid of the edgy samurai as soon as possible. So let's go ahead and improve you. Like, despite being an archetype that usually annoys me, she's kind of amusing, so we'll keep her around. I'm assuming there really isn't much of a choice in that anyway. Crazy Bipolar Lady gets to stick around. Doggo is good doggo, so sure, why not? No more upgrades there. Man, that is... Okay, I was going to say that's one very modest upgrade compared with everybody else, but apparently everybody is up to the same amount now, give or take. And we'll just be cheap and not upgrade her, so moving on. Alright. So, so of the people that are watching, how many of y'all have played this before? How many of y'all have not? Like, what's the deal there? See, I don't think they let you kill your companions in this game, so I guess you're stuck with them once they join? Huh? Well, you mean, like, permanently losing some characters? Like, I assume you have Just kind of your main character, and then you're just gonna build your party out from there, no? Are you just permanently locked into 4 out of your 6 people or something? So you never played this before? Nope, not. Okay. See, the ironic part is that I want to be able to beat BB and Ace on my first try. I mean, for that... Let's see. I mean, if we're talking about AC3, the easiest way to do that, just like MG-1000. Like, just MG-1000 small missiles for everything. It's basically all you ever need to solve every problem in that game. But also, I mean... Okay, so, kind of alternate question here. So, of the folks that are watching this thing, how many of y'all have played Armored Core 1, and how many of y'all have played Armored Core 3? Like, just the generation in general. Kind of curious. Like, see if any of this conversation will make sense to any of y'all.
Interesting.
Well, yeah, Pro Cow definitely is. I know you've covered them all. Got quite a bit of evidence of that one. But yeah, no. For anyone unfamiliar, like the ones that they're talking about there. So BB and Ace. There's gonna be like AC3, and then let's see, play the demo disc of Armored Core on the original PS1, and then Fires the Rubicon. Well, that's quite the bookend way to approach it, huh? So you played both AC1 and was way later. Fair enough. But yeah, no. So like in 3, I'm surprised BB's the one that you're talking about. Like Kaiser, that's that's the scary guy. But yeah, no. The like AC3 arena. Almost everything in that arena is just like something that can be best described as this would be a fun challenge run if you'd like to try. As far as just weird builds.
Got the village buttoned up tighter than a
But then you suddenly get to the very top of it, and they're like, here's some like ultra min-maxy like missile spammer tank that will literally hide in the very corner of whatever map you put it in. Like here's somebody else that's more or less just going to overheat you in seconds and just chase you down with shotguns and lasers and things. Here's one guy that's just really good at turning, and then kind of the leader of the bunch is just like more or less a grenade cannon sniper. But yeah, no, usually Kaiser, like if you can beat Kaiser, you can beat all the rest of them. That like he's the guy in 3rd rank is usually the scariest one. So you played PS1 Armored Core back in the day? Well, now you can play it again in this day. So what the hell's a skinflint? Huh.
So, where do we start?
Could listen in on the soldiers. Could try and count their weapons and provisions. That tent in the back is worth a look, too.
Okay, seems like we got a stealth section.
Don't be spotted.
I mean, if you got freckles, you got freckles, ma'am. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, so... You're the one making a noise. What are you shushing about over here?
Not a nerve the League's got, stirring up trouble like this. What happened to their promises of friendship from that co-expedition?
From what I hear, they want the rune barrows we found for themselves. That's why they're relocating everybody who lives in the area.
Bunch of grubby bastards.
I just hope they turn over those crooks from the watch so we can all go home.
Can you believe these lies?
And get us all killed? Please don't.
Let's see. I think I played Arena 2. Hard to remember now. Got stuck on something with a grenade launcher. Yep, that is going to be a huge number of them. Huh. Interesting idea for a stealth section, okay. Alright, so they go by... circle back and hide in there. Now, this is around the moment that we get to kind of start questioning just how tight the timing will be on this. Because it seems relatively loose right now. Like, you'll occasionally see stuff where it just sort of seems like like there'll just be a sudden stealth section in the game and it'll just be completely out of pocket. But yeah, no, this seems pretty pretty lenient here. Where the hell are we meant to be going, though? I think we're supposed to be going up. In which case, there seems to be a gap up there, so these two pass by real quick. So we go this way.
Stop right there.
What the hell? Kind of thought that was the deal, that we're supposed to just, like, sneak past. I guess technically there's this way. Like, jump the fence or something? Alright, I see what you're supposed to do. Fair enough. Need that opening right there, and then you go back into the barrel, and then he turns it. It kind of feels like you can just sneak past him or go around that fence, to be honest. Alright. He turns away, then we sneak past. Okay. So there's that.
And what do we have here?
That's a lot of prep work.
Provisions and weapons. Enough for a whole legion. They are serious.
That much? No. I mean, like, maybe for a few days. I'm being nitpicky for no reason.
Not if Lady Periel can help it, I imagine. But whatever happens, we follow orders.
Well, of course there's gonna be a war. We gotta have a war mechanic.
War with the Empire.
I know, who could have thought? With a name like the Empire, who would have ever thought that they would ever be a problem? Alright. Enough nitpicking tropes, they exist for a reason. Okay, so can't go that way, that's pretty clear. Gotta sneak around the dude, go use the barrel. Spin around. I guess that big tent's got a back entrance somewhere. Presumably. This camera angle is not great, but See, Imperial doesn't want a war. Ordering your guys to conduct espionage is probably a bad way to prevent it, right? Don't believe your lying eyes. It's just a shivering little barrel, just all out cold in the snow here. Well, that looks like a great machine of peace. Hello, probably a future boss fight. Alright. So, are we allowed to sneak past here, or...
Who goes there?
Nope, we're doing that again. Okay, so I guess what? There's a distraction button somewhere? So yeah, Royal Mist was like #1 on my cringe... Oh, we gotta do this again? See, it was like #1 on my cringe YouTube video of top hardest Armored Core bosses, which excludes non-Raven bosses like Leos Klein's Final Fight or Phobos. Dude, I would gladly take any of those other boss fights over, like, just like Kaiser on a good day. For those that have never played an AC game, it's kind of hard to translate just why it is that guy is so freaking nuts.
Who goes there?
But yeah, it's genuinely like you just see this yellow dot in the horizon, and then you see all of your meters going nuts. And then if you happen to have picked up and used decoys, then that first part's not a problem, but then all the shotguns are a problem. But when it comes to shotguns in that game, it's like they spread out their pellets, sure. That in itself, high damage shotgun, whatever, that's predictable. What they do though is on their left hand they've got Armored Core 3's equivalent of a left-handed shotgun, because a lot of the later games would have an actual left-handed shotgun. In 3 in particular, they had what's known as the spread howitzer, which is normally not much of a problem, because it's just like this little pellet, and it explodes into a bunch of pellets if it's nearby you. It's like once it gets to a certain proximity, it just spreads out everywhere. But the thing is, while you're running away from all this other stuff, it creates this interesting mechanic where just seemingly out of nowhere, something blows you sideways and all of your numbers go bye-bye. Because, like, the spread of the thing is so insane that, that eventually it will clip you, and eventually you will be having a bad time. So yeah, personally, I really love the thing. It's really cool, but yeah, that oftentimes takes folks by surprise, and it always feels like it has more ammo than you'd think it would have. Oh, for God's sake. What are we doing here? Right, so, I mean, apparently we're supposed to go... Right. Okay, sure. Apparently that's what we're supposed to do.
Complete.
Nearly, sir.
We'll break this insignificant country and serve it to the dukes on a platter. My cap needs a finer feather after all.
So, 3 days, huh?
It's gotta be the commander here. Though it sounds like he reports up to somebody else.
Security looks tight. Best stay clear.
Okay, so I guess we hit the tent in the back and then we're done?
Apparently all this time we had to take 2 steps to the right and not do all that other stealthy stuff. We already know what that is. Alright, let's do this again. Oh, they added more dudes.
Wait.
Why wait? Look, we got 2 people directly inside of a flashlight right now over there on the left. Seriously, what are we waiting for exactly?
The guard just left his post.
I know, right? Sloppy. He's gonna catch it when he gets
Sloppy.
back.
Can never hear Sloppy without hearing that one, like, RE4 remake line.
Come on, don't stop there.
So much for this route.
Freaking why, though? What's wrong with that route? That route was fine. We're just doing the same thing again. I mean, alright, whatever. I guess we're doing this. Sure, why not? Alright. They go that way, they go that way. Cool, so now we see the shiny thing and now we care. That guy looks like a party member.
All right, pretty lady. You gonna make some noise for me?
There's no way that dude's not a party member.
That's
They're happy.
Good girl. Yes, you are, Sylvie. That birunic lens reactor of yours is ready to pump out 500 poles of pressure. A heart that big deserves to be loved back. But first, we need to get you all gussied up.
Alrighty then.
I love you, Sylvie. You're my special lady.
Apparently it can bloom on the battlefield. Who knew?
What the heck?
Guy gives you creepy vibes, right? I mean, okay, gussied, for those that have never heard the term before, it literally just means make something look pretty. But yeah, it does not get used that often for a reason.
Ah! Who are you? You didn't, I don't know, hear any of that?
And for that matter, nobody heard their engineer guy yelping? Like, that seems like it would have drawn the attention of everybody about 5 feet away from here. It's not like Bussy.
Hear any of what?
See, now if we make one to include non-Raven bosses, from what I've played of AC6, Balteus is worse, and maybe Millennia.
Conversing, but verbally running.
I mean, Balteus was friggin' awesome, to be fair.
Great, I guess.
So Cat says hi.
You're not with the army. They'd never let me live this down.
I take it you're not a soldier.
Nuh-uh. I'm more of an engineer.
You don't say.
See? Duke's Aldrich wants to improve on how rune lenses work. They're too fickle and magical, and they're also tied to specific wielders with unpredictable potency. He's looking to develop technology that lets everyone wield them equally.
Okie dokie. So you can't let him join the gang, we'll never live it down. I know, right?
You! Wait! Hold! Sound the alarm! Don't let the intruders escape!
Oh, come on, really?
Let's go, Noah, now!
No, dude, come on. Can we stop running from boss fights?
Who was that, Mom?
Stop running from boss fights.
The enemy.
Why did Hildy do that? I thought we were buds.
Shut your mouth and move already.
Okay. Can we, like, go back and just fight that thing, though?
Wrong way.
Apparently not.
Wrong way.
Okie dokie. That way's the right way, it seems. How is this kind of guy gonna conquer a country when a single legion of guys can... Hang on, it's, let's see, can fold like that? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, granted, all the dudes earlier, like, they basically did that whole, like, but thou must thing of, like, well, you know, you're totally getting overwhelmed, and these guys are such a big threat, and they're just, like, not nearly as hard as the last boss fight, so I'm not sure why the random bandits were the biggest problem in the world, and, like, all of these trained soldiers and arsonists and spies and stuff, yeah. They just get one shot, what's the deal? Why are we running from this, but not the other stuff?
We're really overstaying our welcome.
No, seriously, can we just, like, wipe these guys out? Because this, like, this is the moment in something like New Vegas when they would just basically offer you that thing of just like, yeah, you know, these guys are maybe a bit of a threat, and then you just basically look through your inventory like, 12 gauge says no. That's honestly the main thing. Like, I've been asked before why oftentimes I don't cover JRPGs as much as some of the more Western stuff, and oftentimes it's just because of stuff like that, where it's like, no, the plot needs to happen. Like, no, but I want to see what happens if we mess with the plot, though. Like, again, it just feels like right now, I know that they're trying to do that illusion of there's way more soldiers, but it feels like we should be able to tear through these guys like butter, just like the arsonists in the last place. And I think partially that mentality, at least to some degree, started with the first Vandal Hearts, with like, oh, there's no way to possibly win this fight over here, and then...
Wrong way.
Wrong way it is, apparently. Also, cool missing texture. Anyway. But, I feel like I'm being needlessly critical of this whole thing. But they probably should fix such an obvious missing texture. But anyways, yeah, it does feel like this should be a situation where we should have the option to go back and do something. But RPG's got RPG, you know. Maybe we should do New Vegas one of these days. Like, I mentioned wanting to cover it a few times, and that's one that I absolutely know a ton about. So.
That's what you get. Training is the friend that never betrays you.
Okie dokie. So that happened.
Monsters. You're the ones.
No, we...
Sorry, brother. Nothing we say is gonna make this right for either of us.
No, you don't understand. We go that way, we barrel through all of them, just like smush them all like frickin' butter, set them down, like, hey, wasn't us, you know? Just saying. Just saying. Running away makes the plot happen. Stop it. Stop doing that. Right, now if we go back... Okay, explain that to me. From a design perspective, how did it happen that the town that just burned down, we were able to revisit immediately and find out that it hadn't actually burned down, but in this case, they have a text box blocking it? Anyway. Again, being kind of needlessly critical here. But oh well. For that matter, how do those legions even get into town if the random enemies are about on par with them? I don't know, and then we're probably going to go back to their area, and their area is going to be way stronger. And it's just like friggin' pterodactyls and stuff. It's like, here we go, it's like 50 levels higher than the soldiers that supposedly came from here. I gotta love RPG tropes. Actually, wait a minute, are those dragons flimsier than the eggs? Anyway. Let's go run to the next plot thingy. I mean, these kinds of games to me in general are almost kind of like watching like old-timey, what the hell was the name of that one show? It's like shows that just have an interesting premise but maybe don't necessarily make too much sense if you squint too hard. I'm trying to remember the name of this one cop show I used to watch all the time. Oh yeah, Monk, that's what it was. It's kind of it's a bit like that. It's just like if you think about it too hard, it stops making sense, but the premise is fun, so just kind of roll with it for now. Lost? No, that's just insanity. Alright. Can't talk to these guys, they do not exist. Cop show. I mean, it's kind of a cop show. It's enough of one. Hey, we suck at being spies and also started a war.
Captain, I was just about to report to her ladyship.
Sure. All right.
So, we have screwed up every single assignment you've ever given us, except for that one where we're supposed to figure out about bandits and then have the hardest boss fight in the game, so what gives?
Weaponry to arm a legion, as well as several months of provisions.
Allegedly, it looked more like a couple days, although granted we just killed pretty much everybody there, so they might be able to make it last that long.
We've received information that Dukes Aldrich and his army are en route to Norsfaria to requisition the Empire's newly annexed territory.
It shouldn't be a problem. Get like 15 rent-a-cops and we got this.
As for the reinforcements we requested, opinions in Euchris are divided. The Chamber of Lords in particular is reticent to be dragged into what they view as a problem between Eltisweiss and the Empire. It doesn't help that a tidy sum is riding on the Norsfarian purchase, and the Lords are fearful the deal will fall through. King Yuma Shirith, for his part, is amenable to providing troops, but the Lords have spooked him into inaction for now.
That sounds like Yuma. Blast it. I should have foreseen the money issue. If that was part of the Duke's hand, he's even craftier than I thought.
So, I know that they're kind of alternating between proper and improper titles for, like, the Duke's guy. Why do they keep changing it between, capitalized and uncapitalized?
Well, I didn't expect help to come right away, so at least there's a sliver of hope.
There is. We've got RPG protagonists. They're overpowered.
For a few months until Euchris comes around. Won't be easy.
I did as her ladyship asked, and augmented Eltisweiss's food stores. We have enough for a year.
See, like, okay, I want to see how this game does this part, because this kind of premise, this whole, like, being stuck in a siege type scenario, is what I really, really wanted to see more of with Triangle, and something that I hope that they that they pull off in like Triangle Strategy 2 and stuff like that. But that whole premise of an area being stuck under a siege is something that has always been fascinating as a general concept, but for some reason, like, there's always this idea of like, no, it has to be broken right away. There has to be a big fight. Like, no, the place being starved out is the interesting scenario. Stop killing it immediately in like every RPG that tries it. But like, I don't know, that it's always an idea that gets used as a random plot point instead of like being the plot of a game like this. Anyway, as far as I've seen, anyway, I'm sure there's examples out there, but like the most notable one that comes to mind to me, as far as when they let that kind of misery of a scene linger, would have been from what's his face, from Banner Saga, where they had that like an extensive several battle section where you're stuck in it, and technically you could argue the same for Triangle there, but you saw how like your party members were losing limbs. You saw how the situation in the background was getting more desperate with like every new scene, and again, it's just like that you could tell that there was no hope in it actually ending well, but you did have the option to still keep trying. And again, that moment emotionally was really solid. Not to like randomly get on a tangent of criticizing Triangle in that particular regard, but we'll get to that no camp run at some point. But like, you know, felt completely empty for that particular section for that one, so I'm curious to see how this one handles it. Whether that'll actually be what happens here.
Is on our side. The longer the war, the harder it will be for those noble dolts to feign blindness to the enemy's ambitions.
See, but the only way to augment the food stores would be to tithe or confiscate the peasantry of their produce. I mean, guys, right? We've augmented it through robbery.
Then weather the long siege.
Well, okay. It also depends on where you're augmenting from. So part of this, not to like reference real world events as much as possible, but like I want to point out part of the reason that I was so disappointed when it all happened with like Triangle there was because it was happening during the very beginning of you know exactly what. And so it was like this case of like, you know, it's a big dramatic moment here, but then at the same time, if they're augmenting it by, you know, farmers repurposing those tractors to go bring back stuff from the other side, who knows? So it's war then. I don't know what the difference is between these lines, but yeah. Anyway.
Was it? Emir, give him command of a unit.
Why? We have fucked up every assignment we've been given.
What? Me? My lady, just because Gar trusted the boy with temporary captainship of a very small company is no...
But the plot needs to happen. Do it.
I'm sure Gar and the others will mentor him. Isn't that right?
Her plan isn't seriously to just let the city be encircled and begin a siege. Totally is, man.
I've always been good at showing folks the ropes.
Good. Because wars are shaped by the right narrative.
Okay, you know what? Fair enough, fair enough. Again, that's a good point if we're just doing like the PR war in the middle of the regular war.
Though the boy's home was razed by the cowardly Empire, he found the courage to take up arms in the face of despair.
Okay, I like this angle.
That'll work. Make sure it's the talk of every tavern and hall by the end of the week.
Oh, I suppose raised is an exaggeration.
Thank you! Thank you, they addressed it.
An embellishment.
Milady, if I may.
Yes, Jinquis. What is it?
You look haggard.
Rude?
Yes, well, fighting for your life will do that to a woman.
Dang it, she needs a pen, not a carriage. Alright. So... I mean, alright, if that's the setting they're gonna go with, if we're gonna actually, like, linger on this, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna see how this happens. Okay, we're gonna cutscene this shit, aren't we? But can we, like, do side missions in a besieged city? Can we, like, actually linger on the scene, please? Please don't skip it. It's a good setup. Please don't skip it. Good to know that we brought our gigantic ceremonial bells? Or whatever those are. Giant hay bales. This room does not have enough swordfish, but it seems we are lingering. Ladies and gentlemen, we have linger. Good. Good. Think those hold food? Like what, jam? They just like pour it out of the side or something? Alright, what's here? Some place that was apparently already robbed. Oh, this is our base, but of course.
I was just about to come find you. They're holding a war council. It's happening.
So this is it, huh? It's been a long 2 weeks.
This will be your first big battle, right? Come on.
Okay, I guess we're about to see the war mechanic. Neat. I should probably get a chance to save there, because we haven't done that for a while. Alright, what do we got?
There's Noah.
Our scouts report the Imperial Army is on the march. I need all troops in defensive position. You are ready, I presume.
See, I think it's an Asian design for some reason. I think water with a tiny amount of alcohol to disinfect. Huh, interesting.
We'll win today, no matter what.
No. Sieges are not... No. No. Don't do a siege break right away. Come on.
I like the confidence, but keep your heads out of the clouds. We're looking at a long battle here.
It better be.
Those imps don't stand a chance.
That's kind of rude. I'm sure they're perfectly normal height for their time.
Defend your positions at all costs and step lively. Though we face just the one legion, sloppiness will still get you killed.
We gotta stop those damn imps here and now. Don't let them set 1 foot inside the walls.
Okay, well, at least good. We set up our defensive positions inside the walls. We're already off to a better foot than Game of Thrones. So we're somewhere. We're somewhere on this. Okay, how does this work?
There it is. The tiny nation that dared bare its fangs at the Empire. But even the runt of the litter must be brought to heel.
Chaldeans! Advance!
One of those, like, giant playthings, like watches or something? Are they extending bridges or something?
Fight bravely. All of you.
Wait, why do we have... Okay, I slightly take back what I said earlier. Why do we have cavalry inside the walls? In the middle of our infantry. Come on, y'all. What are we doing? Alright, fair enough. You form your allies and legions, fight the Empire's own. Allies lead the units that comprise legion. The more allies you recruit, the stronger legions grow. Nifty. Point where you want your legion to move, then select begin battle to progress the turn. If they move to an area with an enemy legion, they engage in battles. A legion that sustains enough damage will retreat. Wipe down one will leave. If you can't stop an attacking legion, your legion's movement will end. If 2 opposing legions are under the same area, the one with more power gets priority. Okay. Cool. I mean, we're already behind the walls, so... Sure. Let's see, where else would they be? Should let this damn city be encircled by some reason instead of leaving the cavalry outside for harassment? Yeah, it seems like they should be kind of hiding them near the woods or something. Like, just kind of have them flank out back right now would be the obvious answer, but, I don't know if this, like, directly puts them into the walls or not. Apparently she can't move, you can. I mean, this is a cool format anyway. does this work with those ramps, though? Okay, yeah, they are just stairs. Fair enough. So, if this exists, what...
On your guards, all of you.
I mean, okay, in this scenario, if, like... It's kind of cool. It's like, do we do something here, or does this just sort of play out? And it seems it just sort of plays out.
They're retreating.
Castle wall is impassable. I think you need to wait. Okay. Okay, sudden Valkyria Chronicles.
We were delayed.
Sorry, she was... I mean, the rune tank was having a bad morning.
It's like kill feed on the right there.
Kessling boy arrived. Though the Duke's favors him, he will stay out of my way if he holds even a lick of sense.
Well, I mean, it's basically just telling you what's going on there. Heroically killed in glorious battle. Alright, don't know necessarily if that's the way you're supposed to do it, but I assume you're gonna, like, you want them to meet or something. As well have those hunt the other ones down. The walls mean nothing. But I figure running down from a ramp should give you a speed advantage or something.
You're gonna pay for every one of your pathetic lies. Attack!
What are you screaming for?
Who raided our lands. We've every right to seek justice.
How can you all hear each other over that screaming? I mean, one thing that is kind of funny to note here is that I'm not actually sure they... Did they bring ranged units? Yeah, okay, they have some. I have no idea what Rage or Morale mode is, but they did bring some stuff around. Who is BC Lowry? Should I mourn him? He's that guy! Presumably those are all names of, like, backers or something. Yeah, this is definitely a supposed to win fight, and then presumably the tank, like, comes back and beats you or something. Actually, as well have you do a flank, see if that actually ends up working. That one group's just running away, so kind of curious to see if a flank thing actually happens here. This is, I mean, for what it's worth, definitely compared with the originals, this is pretty freaking cool, actually.
I'm fine. Get ready.
New Fair walls are famous for not stopping armies. I mean... I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or what. I think one of my favorite stories, I don't remember where it was, I want to say it was like originally Belgium or something, but there was one story of like this case where there was like some king or duke or something was on a campaign, and it was his wife, I think it was like his wife, mistress, and some servants, and like 12 random guards, and they ended up holding a castle for like a year or two or something. So it's secretly the trenches doing the stopping. Okay, the war mechanic, pretty cool so far. I'm liking this. I mean, clearly you're meant to win this one, but it's cool. It's cool. It's fun to watch. It's very cinematic. kind of cool seeing all the different flanking maneuvers actually happening.
No. So he is here.
Like, that was one thing that really bugged me about Suiko 2, that the war mechanic basically didn't do anything, and hey, this ain't Total War, but it's cool. So, I'll take it. Alright, so there's their leader's team gone. Apparently Mr. About to Take a Dump is doing his job, though. And there's the tank gone, and that's that. So I'm assuming we don't get to chase him down because the plot needs to happen.
Simply refuse to be squashed.
Too bad for you. We're the most stubborn pack of fighters you'll ever face.
See,
We just need to hold out a little longer.
what hold out, dude? It's just
Why don't you crawl back home already?
All the fool.
General Chapel, sir. We,
I know, damn you! Fine. We'll regroup and crush them later.
It's almost like we have some cavalry and we should maybe use that to run them down or something.
We did it! The enemy is retreated! Well, now, I'd say we've all earned a spot of rest.
What's with the apples? Why are there apples? Who's throwing apples at their, like, queen or whatever she is? Also, apparently we're celebrating everybody that was heroically killed in glorious battle. Okay. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this information. Sucks to be them, I guess.
And with that, the trap is sprung.
What?
No. It can't be. Impossible.
War isn't about soldiers scrabbling at each other trying to draw blood.
There we go. Okay, we got our Luca Blight then.
War is breaking your enemy's spirit, watching their eyes widen like frightened hares before a wolf, bringing the meek to bay.
He marched his entire army from Northfaria?
That's it. That's the whole thing? That's it?
But
I mean,
none of our intelligence gave the slightest indication of...
repeat, we have no intelligence.
Enemy's heart is never more vulnerable than in the moment they believe victory.
So, I'm assuming it's gonna be like the dude figured out teleportation is, say, a little goofier looking. Yeah, I mean, a little bit goofier looking, but
Is when you reveal your
it seems like they're going for a whole Genghis Khan thing right now.
overwhelming numbers and fear. Go forth, Chaldeans. March as if none stand in your way. Become fear itself.
It's a really kind of freaking tiny army there, dude.
This can't be happening.
Yeah, it would be pretty disappointing to lose to that too. I mean, give it a couple weeks of a guerrilla campaign, they got nothing to. Like, that's what, like 80 dudes.
We're doomed! Run for your lives!
I mean, yeah, just go hang out in the woods, pick them off.
The guard!
Warriors don't die like dogs. They pick themselves up off the ground and they damn well survive.
You're right.
I love that running animation. Alright. Can we just, like, go fight him anyway, though?
Don't go out there.
Fine. Damn it, Wesker dog. Okay.
Not that way, no.
Okay. Okay. Crazy tail wag.
Leon!
You all right?
Oh, sure, Peachy. Now, come on. Emir and the other soldiers are regrouping at her ladyship's manor.
Say so, they kind of just ran away.
Take control of the town, and do try not to embarrass me in front of the dukes.
Yes, sir. Quickly!
Alright, walk to the next cutscene, and...
You all made it.
Where's Emir?
Inside.
How's it looking out there?
They're closing at speed. Whatever we're doing, we better do it fast.
Okay.
Milady, we must get you out of here.
Trader, seems our plan of not doing anything and getting encircled and sieged failed. Right? But to be fair, their whole army is like less than 100 dudes. I think we're fine. Just like have everyone hide and pick them off.
Time to lose. We'll gather the remaining soldiers.
Hell, for that matter, just get a choke point. This is like... This seems extremely winnable, actually.
What are you saying?
You're coming with us, milady. Aren't you?
Oh no, did somebody order a heroic sacrifice?
Secret passage by the manor that leads to safety. One of House Groom's little insurance policies.
Yeah, sure, that's totally gonna happen.
Where we'll regroup, because I haven't even begun to fight.
Nope, you're apparently catching flying apples, whatever that was about.
Well,
Oh, I know. We should meet at that ruined castle we found.
Oh, there we go. That works.
That's perfect. There's no way the imps will be able to squeeze all their men through that mine.
Good. Then it's...
Very good. Then we'll meet you there once we make our escape.
Gotta have a convenient abandoned castle.
Take Janequist and... let's see.
if you need a bodyguard, nope. This job's mine. I'm a strict follower of the mercenary creed, which is to stick with the person least likely to get murdered.
No, it's whoever gives you the biggest paycheck, but alright.
You're not gonna make me break my creed, are ya?
Wow, that's...
Just take care of her.
If that's settled.
Good luck, my lady.
You too, Emir. Noah, might we speak privately for a moment?
Wait, me?
Yep, gotta get some protagonist orders. Now, I don't know if there's more, like, exploring to be done or whatever. Far as I've seen, there doesn't really seem to be much to explore into.
I know time is
Somebody arrest this woman.
That's like a favor, right?
In the offhand chance. No. In the 1 in 1,000 chance I don't make it out of here alive, I want you to raise an army in my place.
Okay, so she's dead. Let's see. Let's bring a pot of tea, talk privately while the enemy finishes raising the city. I know, right?
Because in 999 possible futures, I'm doing that. I'm only asking you to cover the one slim possibility that remains. Will you do it?
So you want me to raise an army?
I know I'm asking for a lot.
Well, Lean always did say I was good for meddling and not much else.
I've no idea what that means, but it seems to be a compliment.
Could be. But alright. I'll build your army. Meddler's honor. I know it's a 1 in 1,000 chance.
Thank you.
So, yeah, anyway, so she'll be dead for sure in a few seconds. Let's see, she says she has a secret passage and she's certain she'll live, but I'm pretty sure it's being used as... Like, this is 100% the usual thing.
Well, I'm glad one of us is.
Very. You remind me of someone I once loved. A very
Well,
tiny
dang,
one.
lady, I mean, if you're trying to get some hanky-panky before the end, I don't know if this is the way to do it, but,
Now, be gone with you. You're supposed to be my distraction, so get out there and start distracting. Yeah, mule.
maybe the apples will save her. Yeah, exactly, she got some kind of apple cannon.
Okay, I'm going.
So...
Good luck, Noah.
Yeah, so secret passage doesn't exist, obviously. Anyway, so RPG stuff happened. Alright.
Box returns. So, how was your talk?
Oh yeah, we're just gonna stand around right by the front door, too.
Where to begin?
What's funny is everyone just ran away from
You
this.
can tell us later. Noah, I want your team to take the vanguard, break through, and open the east gate.
Dude, everyone's just chilling. I think we can just leave.
I'll follow once I've assembled the troops.
It's okay, we got 4.
Understood.
Like 6, maybe 7. Okay, so take punchy guy. Oh, I don't want to bring...
You've come to the right here.
Whatever, let's just bring these two. I don't want to bring Samurai Lady. I don't know. It's too edgy. Alright, so I think once we get out of whatever this section is, I think I'm probably going to call it a night. Because all the coffee that I had is now gone.
I see him.
You don't say. Right in the open, from like 10 feet away. Cool. They're not that blind. Alright, let's hit the win button. Oh shoot, I have the guy just taking a crap in the back of the party again. We gotta fix that. Actually, looking at it, I think they might be injured from that previous war scenario still. Actually, didn't know that that was a thing. That's kind of neat.
Move faster.
Okay. Increase the frame rate to 9,000. I wasn't paying attention. Did that tank it straight? No, I just like ran away at awkward speed.
That's where the Kessling boy is posted, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Lieutenant Kessling has asked us to send more troops.
Nonsense. He can make do without.
Begging your pardon, General. But his unit is just a few soldiers and the rune tank.
From what I hear, the Dukes views Saint Kessling as a singular talent.
So I'm going to save many, many times to make sure that I never have to refight Kaiser for Fair enough. The dragon tank with Drew. Yeah, it's about to become a boss fight.
Does the Wonderkind have to fear from a few League stragglers?
What We're like the only dudes in it. Stragglers.
How do we get through?
What do you mean, how do we get through? We hit the auto win button. That's how. So, there we go. You just hit the win button, and then you just, like, check your phone. That's how you win this thing. So, the healer gets knocked down, which is tragic or something. Like, now they've sent 6 generic grunts. Oh, hey, the spear guy can actually not get one shot. It's something! They can do things! We have the one guy just sort of here for moral support. Because I keep forgetting to put him back in the front row where he punches things. The healer's beating people to death with her stick, but, you know, they're trained and threatening, we promise. And there we go. That's how, like I said, you just push the win button. See, numerical parity our only weakness. Even then.
Keep it moving, people.
Like, bear in mind, I have forgotten to use those healing items that I stocked up on like an hour ago for the entirety of said last hour, just hitting the win button over and over. So, I guess we should probably use those, finally. Oh, now I remember why I was so hesitant to use these. They have that little... For some reason they have this, like, slowdown animation whenever you use them while they do their little jingly thing. And apparently the AI already used up all the rest of them, so that'll kind of just be that, I guess.
We're almost to the East Gate.
Yeah, but look.
If only we had some gigantic, obvious choke points to do something with.
I see. So no reinforcements will be coming.
We're all alone?
Well, that's fantastic.
The thing is, sir...
So we can swap the formation to let all your guys attack. Oh, shoot, right.
To explain that man to me. Paul, get the rune tank running. We'll use it as a barricade.
Right.
Lieutenant.
So, can we hire the tank?
Zane? Is that you?
Right, well, we did the war mechanic. This feels like... Are they going to introduce the duel mechanic? I know there's a duel mechanic. See, it looks like you only have 4 front slots and 6 frontliner characters. If you swap out Dog Guy and Trenchcoat Guy, they work better. I just keep forgetting to swap.
However, my place is in the Imperial Army, and my house's responsibility...
It's like, due to the fact that they make you rebuild the party every time a story event happens, he keeps getting thrown to the back. And I just keep forgetting to put him in the right spot.
Got ambitions. I understand that, but my situation's changed. And I have to leave through that gate.
Noah! Lieutenant!
So, duel mechanic?
Stand down. Please.
I cannot.
Duel mechanic.
Only
Okay.
lay down your weapon.
No. I made a promise.
And that promise was duel mechanic. So... Okay, yeah, so same old as before. Say, adopt a defensive stance, ready to react to the opponent, accumulates tension easily, but you cannot break a block point. Okay.
I cannot convince you to walk away.
Not a chance.
Kind of wonder if they'll just keep talking here.
Convince you to...
Not a chance.
Oh, okay. Scripted duel it is.
So be it. Then my...
Get ready, Noah.
I am ready.
Okay. So apparently they are ready. Are they counter now? Yes.
Is he holding back?
I'm not letting you stop us.
Surrender, Noah.
Like hell it is.
If you continue to resist, I will have to hurt you.
That doesn't change a thing.
Surrender! I swear on my house's honor that you and your friends will be spared.
I mean, I don't know if a house has much honor. It has, like, timber. It's got, like,
It's not happening, Zane.
possibly an air conditioner and a heating system. I don't know what you're going to swear on its honor for, though. So the war is unironically over now. Is he right? I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
Fine. Neither of us will bend, then we will fight till the lesser man breaks.
My turn.
Try me.
Wait, it's his turn to break?
In the name of House Kessling, I will... Here I come, Noah.
Do your worst. My turn.
Try me.
Okay, so is that what gets you the break thing? Because I think that's how you're supposed to win these. See what's going on? Dual mechanic. I'm assuming it's scripted. I honestly have no idea. Like, maybe it's 50-50, I have no idea. Health is going down, though? Yeah, I have no idea how any of this is working. Truth be told, I really should be heading to bed. Wait. So did they just, like, fall off the bridge, then, or...? Of course, he has to go, like, find the Thavius Raccoonus and stuff. Okay. I'm pretty sure, like, no matter what, you probably can't lose this thing, because there's...
I made a promise. Still meddling.
Like, everything is acting very scripted here. I'm hitting the offensive button. I don't know what he wants here. Okay, and then they climbed on top of the bridge? But they just fell off. Why are they back on top of the bridge? Bring him to the top? I guess. He just sort of threw him up there.
Why didn't you flee with the others?
I have a nasty habit of investigating my employers. And I'm pretty damn sure how you're the distraction.
Then I ask again.
You could have treated us like pawns, but you never did. That kind of loyalty deserves to be
all right.
You look like a lady with one last trick.
There is something going on upstairs. I gotta go deal with that. Sorry for the sort of abrupt ending here, but I gotta go sort that out. All right, anyways, thank you guys for stopping by. Yeah, I know it's kind of a weird ending, but yeah, I gotta get going here. All right, y'all take care. See ya. Bye.